Doing right now. Oops, yeah, it's not Friday, but whatever, that's fine. Okay. Everything seems so much slower this morning on my computer. So much slower this morning. So weird. Different computers, same result. D-Dog. Anything else you guys know of that had a great earnings reaction or a terrible earnings reaction? Let me know. That doesn't even show up. Oh, there it is. Okay, D-Dog, yeah. All right, ADD. Why is that even? What? No, that's not the right ticker. ADD, the stock. Color Star Technology. Okay. D-Dog GMBL. No. Fun. No. OLPX already looked at it. Snowflake is up 7%. Not on earnings, on some news. Snowflake and MongoDB shares rally after Datadog earnings. Okay. So Snowflake and MongoDB having a sympathetic positive reaction to Datadog's earnings. That I guess there's a rise in demand for that industry right now, perhaps is what they're showing. So that's where you're getting the sympathy. Trip. Snow. We'll go over the market in just a few minutes. Good morning. Cart. Okay, I'll check it in just a second. TripAdvisor. Normally 3.4% ADR, has been about 5% lately. So it's been expanding. And that could have been going into earnings. Yeah, not super great. We'll leave that one alone, excuse me. And Trip, VTNR, HIMS, Snow, CLLS, PW I already looked at, AOL, Synth already looked at, Beat, LMDX. All right, let's see what you were talking about with CART. There's a recent IPO, now coming back up off the bottom, potentially. CART. You could put in a stop at 24, entry here at 27, $3 a stop, and then if this turns out to be something that gets back to its highs in the next month, that's at 44, which is $13 higher. So $3 stop, $13 upside. It's about 3.5 or 4 to 1 on CART, Maple Bear. And what the hell do they do? Regional supermarket. Okay. Maple Bear. Is this Instacart? Oh, Instacart introduced AI-powered smart carts at Regis. Is this Instacart? Is Instacart stock worth buying? So I guess it's Instacart. I used to use Instacart. in many ways, it's better than DoorDash because, you do all your shopping right on the one thing and then click and then boom. But DoorDash did well. So I guess that's possibly why Cart is reacting favorably as well. All right, we've got 18 minutes before the market opens. Let's take a look at the market itself. We are poised to open a smidge above yesterday's close after sagging a lot overnight. Excuse me. These kinds of strong opens can have a 50-50 chance of being signs that of a weak day, because weak bear days typically have strong opens and then weak closes. That's how they trap you. You can't make any money if you have a weak open in a bear market. Everyone will buy it up. So, in a bear move, rather, in a bear sentiment. But this could be continued positive rally going on in the market, and we certainly had a couple of good earnings to kick that off overnight. We're watching Datadog, etc. So, but my prediction has been that today is the day. There's only a 25% chance of today being green, based on where we are in this 7-day rally now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days so far. This will be the 8th day. And that's cool. And I expect it to be, what was that? I think Google's listening to me. Cancel. And I expect it to be ending in potentially even a lower low. But a close that's lower than yesterday's close would be enough to finally, stop the momentum on this rally. And then my prediction is for Wednesday to be the first distribution day, which is a selling day on higher volume than the previous day and more than on the market, which would be day 2 of bearish movement. So we're basically topping out on the market around here. We might push a little bit on the open, but then end weak today. And be on the lookout for if we end lower, if we close the day today at the end of the day lower than yesterday's close. Because then overall, close to close, that's a lack of progress in the first day of lack of progress and the end of signifying potentially the end of the rally. But that's typical. That's exactly what we expected. We expected 3 green days in a row, just like we just got. Like, did I not say that? 3 green days in a row after the follow-through day, 75%, 95% chance of that, right? Today, much less chance of a green day. And then tomorrow, lower lows and distribution day selling starts to pick up in strength. The leaders already got us out of a lot of our trades yesterday. So see, we're already a day or 2 ahead by following leaders and then watching the market. Remember, the market is an average, and so it lags, in that sense, the leading stocks. Okay, but the market itself is a discounting mechanism that leads everything. Economics, politics. The market is just never wrong. You always want to follow the market. Why is the market never wrong? Because once it is, it's right. It turns right. So it's God. The market is just a representation of God in economics. All right, we've got 14 minutes before the market opens. We're watching Datadog and sympathetic stocks such as Snow. This was a big surprise from Datadog, DDog. Well, let's go back to that chart over here on TikTok as well. That was a big surprise on Datadog. So usually a surprise like that gets bought up, especially if there was selling going into the earnings. Then it catches everyone by surprise, Nobody had a chance to buy in. If people had bought in before earnings and there was a run up before the earnings, then it would sell off and people would take profits on the surprise new price point. But it's the opposite. So there is some expectation today that DDOG will have a nice green day. And then that could turn into a day two follow through with about a 25% chance on that second day. So there's a little bit of a trade there for you, an ER day one trade there for you. The problem is, like I said, the market itself might not provide the prevailing wins necessary. But at the open, it's looking pretty strong here, and you could take advantage of that. It may not last very long, though. Just beware. And so Datadog could be an entry at the open on the 1 minute opening range breakout, or it could even be an entry over recent inner pivot in the last 30 minutes or so in pre-market levels. And then you would want to set your stop to a reasonable price, which in my analysis would be $98. So you got that's pretty much happening right now. Right now is an entry pre-market if you want to grab that break-even price. $100, 98 stop, $2 a risk. I will take it. If I can get a good price in time here. Okay. There we go. $2 risk, $98 stop. It's at about 100 right now. And we'll see how this goes from the open. The Qs are flying right now because I'm looking at the time. It's not econ data. It's just a very strong pre-market move to the open right now for the about 10 minutes before the open, 11 minutes before the open. All right. If there's any other stocks that we should have on watch, do let me know. Oh, Uber is going up, says someone. Let's take a look at that. Wow, Uber looks great. Its chart in this area. No, Uber's not really going up right now. It's been going up, so I mean maybe that's what you meant. What's up? But as far as Uber goes, we should definitely have it on watch. I'm going to put a price level alert at 49.50. Because once it gets up there, we don't want to let it get away from us. That could be an entry, a breakout entry, momentum breakout entry, or it might reflect back down and retrace a little bit, and we want to start stocking it, keep an eye on it to see if it will retrace a little. It is only 3.3% ADR, so it's not super, but it certainly has been moving strong lately. It moved from a low of 40 and it's hitting a 48 now, just 7 days in. 40 to 48 in 7 days. So it's from $1 a day on a $40 start is about 1.5% per day. Is that right? I did that right? No, 2.5% per day. In my mind, I believe that's correct. 2.5% gains per day for 7 days in a row. Not bad on a stock. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. All right, we are 8 minutes before the open, and all caught up here. I don't see anything new on my scans. I've checked everything. MIMO. Okay, that's possibly new. MIMO. Let's see. MIMO. Airspan Networks. No, that doesn't look good. Not worth anything. Uber missed their earnings. Okay. Well, looking at our pre-market hot list, let's see what's hot pre-market on our hot list. DDOG at the very top. AUGX. AUGX. Yeah, I don't like that chart too much. BVS. Way up on its chart. Nope, never mind. Sometimes TradingView does that. It has this little glitch, and it shows, I think, possibly the last price for pre-market, and then it blips over and changes. All right, SECO. Looks like too low volume on average to really play around with. Halo. Up on earnings, too low volume. Rely, dead cat bounce. We're down to only 3% pre-market gains now, so it's the bottom of the barrel. So that's it. It's really just DDOG and then Snow and what was the other sympathetic? There was one other one. Snow, DDOG, and another MongoDB. MongoDB. Let's see if I can find that ticker. MDB. All right, so we'll watch those. Everything's coming from DDOG, though. That's the source. But, sometimes some of these stocks can benefit way more than even the primary just because of their float and then, of course, their fundamentals. And, should XYZ situation improve, such as demand in their industry as it's showing, then maybe Snow has better internal operations than DDOG. And so, therefore, the money actually ends up flowing over to Snow more than it does DDOG, and Snow ends up moving proportionally more. And that could even come from less money going into Snow. It just depends on the float, and other factors. So, or MongoDB. I mean, you get my point. It could be, it could come from any of these could move more than the other. I can say this, that MongoDB looks really thinly traded. Snow, not too bad, and then DDOG has got good, okay liquidity. All of them are a little bit thin. All right, well, the market will be opening in 5 minutes. And we've got everything pulled up here, ready to go. See, MongoDB just put in a breakout price just now. So you never quite know where it's going to come from like that. But this is pre-market, so, there's a lot of noise in pre-market. Prices slamming, bids and asks. There's not as many market makers providing liquidity in between until the market opens. Cool. Well, we're ready. We're ready for it. We are now poised to open above yesterday's high, like gap open. on the market because the market pushed there 10 minutes before the open. So a day which gaps open at the end, 7 days on the 8th day of a rally or a run, would be considered that'd be an extended point in a run. 8 days in a row is insane. It gaps open, pushes up, comes back down to the open, goes below the open at any point. It turns red. That turns into an island reversal, and is a definite sign that the top is in. And by definite, I mean 80 or 80% chance. There's nothing definite in life. Even 100% could still be wiped out by an asteroid hitting the Earth. Even 100% chance of any fucking thing you're going to do might not happen. There's nothing for sure. There's no sure things. That reminds me of that movie with John Cusack called Sure Thing. You guys ever see that? I think it was Demi Moore. No. I know Demi Moore and John Cusack were in One Crazy Summer. That was a funny ass movie. If you ever want to see a funny movie. But wasn't that Demi Moore in Sure Thing? Let's see. John Cusack, Sure Thing. No, Daphne Zuniga. Okay, another brunette. Alrighty, we're ready, market. We're more than ready. Here we go. 2 minutes to go. More than George Carlin would say. He used to say, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. He said, how can you be more than happy? He says, that sounds like a strange mental condition. Yeah, Bob, he's, more than happy, if you know what I mean. George Carlin was the best. He's a little more than happy. Right on. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. RNG, 4% gains pre-market. Something popped up there. What was that? HY. Okay, that was just a glitch. Pre-market glitch. We are seconds away from the market open. Remember, your stop is 98 on D-Dog. If you end up getting in, $100 would be the trigger to get in. $2 of risk per share. Stop at 98. $100 would be the point to get in. This pre-market high, pivot point, and or the 1 minute, first minute, 60-second opening range breakout. And then another method you could use if it just starts bleeding out is you switch over to the 5 minute dip buy entry. That could happen later in the day, like 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in. That usually doesn't take that long, but somewhere in there. All right, here we go. 8 seconds. Should I count down? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you son of a bitch. You cut me off. All right, Datadog, what are you going to do? Going to sell off, take profits at the open, or you've caught everybody by surprise and you're going to rally? Looks like it's failing out. The feeling is that it's going to fail out. I got out at my stop, actually before my stop. And it hit 97.90, so that was good. I actually got out before my stop. And Datadog is now pulling back. Now, what I was saying about that is that now you switch over to the 5 minute. But there goes Mongo. See? This is such a perfect example of, okay, the industry has spoken through Datadog's earnings that, demand is up for these types of services. But Datadog's just not in the situation internally, I guess, compared to MongoDB in order to take advantage of that industry demand increase. Mongo database, however, they have the fundamentals to take advantage of it. Apparently, the market is speaking. And so there goes Mongo database. It broke the pre-market level of 357 and is now hitting 362. The stop on that, you'd want to be 355 if you wanted to trade Mongo. There goes Snow. Both Snow and MDB doing much better than Datadog on this new data. By the way, rates are down on the out there, and that does add some levity and assist to the market, to the growth market. So that's a good sign, a positive sign for the day. I forgot to mention that in my pre-market analysis there, but I had noticed that beforehand. It looks like we are failing out so far. We're already red now after putting in a high on the market. But right off the bat, 1-2 first 3 minutes creates a weak open in this sense. And so if we sag here and then remain down all day, that weak open, if it's followed by a strong close on the market, it means we're going to keep going. But I don't think so. I've been right every damn day for the last 8 days in a row on this rally attempt. And what I do think is going to happen today is we're going to get close below yesterday's close. And it will probably be on higher volume. No, lower volume rather. And then tomorrow, higher volume breakdown. All right, well, I'm just going to put Datadog into my closed positions. There's nothing going to be happening there. Mongo and Snow seem to be where it's at, but with the market turning down the way it is, there might not be anything there for you to take advantage of. I'm going to go ahead and cut DraftKings here from one of our positions. It's going red off of the open. It's important up here on day 8 of the rally to just be super defensive. And even if there's more days and you were to get all out here on the 8th day of the rally, that's completely good. DocN moving today. I think it moved the other day. DocN, let's see. That's DigitalOcean, right? I want to call it DocN. I was trying to see what would be a better... Yeah, DigitalOcean had good earnings reaction and then bled out. Now it's up. I don't care. I don't like that chart the way it is, and I don't like that first initial earning reaction either. But it could provide you with like a U breakout. But the float at 58 mils, a little bit mid-range. Average volume 3 million. That's good. But to my eyes, it looks a bit scraggly and low volume. So I'd say it has its concerns and issues. DDOG, AUGX, AHG. All right, well, it was a good choice to get out of DraftKings, apparently. It's pulling back. My percent allocation going way down. Yeah, see, there goes Snow failing out, and Mongo's probably the next one. I mean, the market is speaking a little bit. It's certainly creating some panic. Everybody thinks, oh, wow, this is a great time to get in the market at the end of a rally, because it's like, wow, everything's up so much. Holy cow, the market's on fire. And, the last thing you want to be doing is getting in at the end of a move. You have to have showed up for the market every day for months in order to understand when to get in at the beginning of the move. We're taking profits. We've been taking profits for the last 3 days. You don't want to be getting in here. Well, there goes Mongo. It's continuing. Mongo's currently sitting at 367, and the break from a break pre-market high of 357. So 367, 357. It's up 10 points. Halted? Which one? What's halted? Oh, Mongo? No, I don't think so. What are you talking about? What's halted? DraftKings? What's halted? Sarah? Sarah, where did you tell me a ticker? What do you mean halted? Can you add a little detail to that? Let's see here. Okay, that's those are wheels. IMMX. Where are you? There you are. Okay, IMMX and IMTX. My last positions on the chopping block. Doing okay at the moment. The market itself, not great. So it did create that island top reversal. I suspect it's going to find some support in here. But see, now we're below yesterday's close. So we've already breached yesterday's close, but that happened. That happened the day before. That happened yesterday. That happens. But that definitely adds pressure and potential for it to end up closing by the end of the day below yesterday's close. And if so, then that's that island top reversal in action. Actually, any red close today from the open, in other words, if the close today is lower than today's open, so that makes a red candlestick, any red close today, even if it's above yesterday's close, the close, that would be any red close today, that would still constitute an island top reversal and put a lot of pressure on this rally. But I mean, this is what we predicted. We already knew this. We laid this all out last week. 3 grain days in a row after the follow-through day, followed by momentum slowing day. That's today and yesterday, kind of like running in today, and then your first distribution day, full-on sell-off tomorrow, Wednesday. We predicted that on November 1st. What day of the week? Wednesday of last week. All of these days. So, pays to study the markets, guys. Why? Because you understand these patterns when they come up. Sort of like, it's like, the older you get, the more you've seen. It's like, what is it? Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. That's how you got to learn on the market. You don't know a thing or two because you went to school and, if the fundamentals this and the blah, blah, that, then whatever. That's just not the same as having seen it. Experience accounts for a lot. Smarts are necessary, but they're not the factor in profitable trading success. They're a prerequisite, but experience, wisdom, I always say, is knowing what not to do. And you can't know what not to do unless you already know what some people would do, like you would do. And then, you have to know that doesn't work out. How can you know something doesn't work out if you've never seen it before? So there's absolutely no way you can actually know what to do unless you already know potentially when not to do it. If you can't figure out when not to do something, then you have no fucking clue when to do it. I don't care what you think. Wow, D-Dog with a super strong reclaim. That's probably institutional. That is a super strong reclaim. Did anybody get that? That would have been the 5-minute a dip entry right there. You know that technique. And then Mongo still flying, hitting 370. And Snow not looking so good. Mongo, the best of the bunch. D-Dog finally catching up. The market itself has found bottom. We can say that much. DraftKings reclaiming some as well. But the market's not bullish yet, but it's found the bottom. Not bullish intraday, anyway. We are at the end of the move here, potentially, on the market. There is a small chance, like about around 30% chance, 25% chance today. I think the chance is 30% that we end green today. So 30% chance we end green today. 70% chance that we're going to be red. And close below yesterday's close. 30% chance we're green. And then tomorrow, it's almost certain that it will be a distribution day. Hello from, is that Ireland you wrote? Inland? Where? Hello from Ireland. Hello. I spent a lot of time in Ireland. Love it. Drove all the way to Northern Ireland. I've been up and down. And, of course, the Giant's Causeway. Freaking crazy, weird, and interesting and beautiful. Ireland is amazing in that, see, for us, you live there, but for us, everyone who's outside of Ireland, we see the postcards, we see the photos, and it looks so beautiful and green. Nothing can prepare you for that hue of green when you get there. It is otherworldly green. There's no print or television that can replicate that green. The green is so vivid. And another thing is, you've seen pictures of Ireland, fog on the beach with a green cliffside and sheep on it, on the cliff. Fucking, you get there and that's everywhere. It's unbelievable. It's so picturesque, and probably one of the most satisfying trips you could ever take in your life is Ireland. It's, like when you order a hamburger off of the screen, and they show a picture of it, and then you get it and you're like, this is not anywhere close. Ireland is beyond what photos depict it to be. You couldn't experience Ireland from YouTube or photos. It is a wonderful, wonderful place. And then to top it off, the people are probably my second favorite people on the planet. I say second favorite because the people in the Netherlands are just amazing. I mean, the hospitality and the friendliness and the vibe and the brotherhood of man vibe you get over in the Netherlands is just amazing. They have that too also in Ireland. But the problem is the drinking. There's so much drinking. You can go into any pub in Ireland and there's a fiddle player or more or two, and a bodhrán player, plus the music, the festivities, the happiness, the enjoyment of life, and the joy level in Ireland is so wonderful. But it certainly is to counter, some of the adverse weather they get in the winter, and but it's just a lovely, lovely people. Anyway, I digress about Ireland. If you've never been there, go there. It's so wonderful. All right, the cues are the market is rallying off the bottom, and it's about 70% retraced. That's a pretty good move. Datadog has just 4-point trended over the top to new highs. Datadog now at 101. The 5-minute entry would have had you get in at about 97 with a stop at 96. So $1 of risk from 97, it's already at 101. That's 4-to-1 risk reward. There's an outstanding trade opportunity there on that 5-minute dip buy pullback, which is exactly what I was saying you could go for if it ends up bleeding out red instead of breaking out on the 60-second breakout off the open. So whether or not you did that, that's your life to live. Great. MongoDB topped out at 373 with pre-market shelf breakout of 357. That makes it 16 points up from entry there with a stop at 355. That's $2 a risk. And when I say 16 up, that's 8-to-1 reward on MongoDB. An excellent trade there on MDB. Fantastic. And then over on DDOG, like I said, I think you're over 4-to-1 now on the 5-minute dip buy trade. All right, that catches everybody up. We are now 17 minutes into the market open with 30 minutes of prep. That should get everybody orientated properly on the day. And you know roughly what to do, what to expect, where the dangers are, where the opportunities are, whether or not to go gung-ho or just to sideline. I think you got it. All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and let's go back into the group. Thank you very much. Have a great morning.